It's true. I think that you're the only fragile one here.
No, you're not. I'm not the only fragile. You are quite fragile from what I can see.
My feet, mis patas are. My mom's gonna get mad that I called them patas, but I don't care. They hurt.
Anyway, day 2.
Yes.
Day 2? No, day 3 technically.
Day 3 of the kind of the trip. Day 2 of being in Disney World.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What did you call it? Hollywood Studios.
Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Hollywood.
Formerly known as MGM Studios. I think when we were both last year.
Yes, last year, not last year.
When we were both last here, it was Disney's MGM Studios.
Indeed.
Separately.
Yeah.
We didn't know each other back then, obviously. We were kids, but...
It was very long ago. I think it was like 2001 or 2000.
Yeah, 2005 for me.
Yeah.
And back then, when I went, it was my least favorite park I attended in Orlando.
Yeah, I don't remember much of it. I do remember though that it had rock and roller coasters back in the day.
Yeah, which you...
And that became my favorite roller coaster.
Yeah.
It kind of gave me a new understanding of what roller coasters were in some ways.
What it could be, the potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was always very scared of them. And that kind of gave me the...
I get why.
Gave me the push.
Yeah, so we'll talk about all that stuff. We hit up every major ride, I think, today.
Yeah.
We did pretty well for ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, you guys you'll see. The day started well, but it was very rainy. It was very Irma. What's her name?
Yeah, today was the day that was expected to be the most impacted by Hurricane Idalia.
Idalia, right? That's it.
And so this was going to be the day that was the most hectic in terms of weather.
Yeah.
And again, tomorrow is to be seen. But it
seems similar.
Yeah, and it was nothing too crazy. It was just
it was rainy.
Yeah, raining, stop, rain, stop, and then wind, stop. It was inconsistent the entire day. However, it was quite an empty park again.
Yeah.
Maybe emptier than Animal Kingdom was.
I would say so. I mean, at least the thing is that you'd expect things like Rise of the Resistance and all that stuff to have a lot of people.
Yeah, so if you don't know, this is the park that I think has the most e-ticket attractions, the elite, the ones people want to wait for attractions, other than maybe Magic Kingdom. I don't know the math for that.
Yeah.
But it's gotten the most love, it's gotten the most plussing, as I think they call it, over the years. And my experience, it was great. I thought this was a fantastic park.
Yeah.
I was honestly super impressed. Yeah, I went from thinking this was the worst park in Orlando, and we've only done 2 so far. We haven't done Universal or anything, but I did Universal last time and loved it. This was really great.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, we can talk. We dive into it.
So what did we do?
So we started off we had our early morning hours, half hour. So we got into the park half an hour early, and so I had us head over to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And we went on Rise of the Resistance and literally walked on.
Yeah, we walked into the thing immediately.
Yeah, so we went straight in.
We didn't even have a queue.
Yeah, so we started doing the kind of pre-queue, pre-ride queue, story beats and stuff, which was kept on ongoing and stuff. I've done this before, again, from California. And so Galaxy's Edge is not new to me, but I thought Bernardo should experience it.
Yeah, it was cool.
So you maybe
as many other people, I don't really care much about the new trilogy. I think that it's a bit of a mess, and I do think that it hurts this ride. And I was actually wondering. I asked Rick if he thought the same, and I wonder. But it is very focused around that second trilogy. Rey, Pin, and Poe, whatever, appear, and their likenesses, not some bootleg versions of them.
Yeah, they paid him. It was all Paul had the same contract. No, you signed up for this thing. We're making a park. You're going to be part of this.
Yeah, the theming is incredible. I think, especially even outside the ride, I will say more so that the Star Wars land, the Galaxy's Edge.
Entirely,
I thought that it was amazing the way that they put it together. Oof. all the materials, all the buildings. It's so cool. And the ride itself, yeah, it was pretty impressive. It was fun. I had a good time. Again, I wasn't like all that impressed, but the technology's kind of amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's scoring it.
Yeah.
I guess like I would give it like an 8. I think it's a pretty good ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Well, I've been on it before, like I said, but still, I have, in a sense, it'd be somewhere around an 8 or a 9. I'm gonna give it an 8 though. Yeah, I also. From there, though, we went to Smuggler's Run because it was right next to it, really.
Yeah, and again, we also saw that there was no queue at all, so we could almost. I think that one had like maybe 5 minutes of wait or something.
Yeah, like barely a wait at all.
Yeah,
if that.
Yeah. And since it was starting to rain, it was also perfect, you know.
Yeah, we got out of the rain for a minute.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of it?
That one I did not like, honestly. It was it felt gamey, but like, you know, like one of those old games in like that were like full motion video games where they would require you to like click a direction and you weren't really sure if you had done the right thing.
You're right.
And so yeah, it was weird. The theming again was cool. The animatronics were impressive.
They put a lot of effort into that stuff, and it's something that Disney really succeeds at. Universal's was knocking on their door lately, though, but Disney, when they go for it, they really put their money out there.
And it was weird because I feel like it was at the same time too gamey and not gamey enough.
Yes.
Like I think that what happens is that, for example, the ride starts and you're already supposed to be doing like gamey things, and I wasn't sure what my controls really were affecting. And I couldn't really test it because like there's no moment to just have a relaxed flight, which would have been necessary, I think. It would have been good for us to like, I don't know, get a feel for the controls, but I don't even know if it mattered.
Yeah.
All I know is that like I was a pilot and I had the vertical thrust.
Yeah.
And there was a girl that was the horizontal pilot, and she clearly was not very interested in.
Yeah, not really paying attention to anything. She was doing the bare minimum, just be like.
Yeah, she wasn't moving much, and she was definitely not executing any other command, like not pressing any other button. And so there was so much I could do, and there was so much any of us can do.
Yeah, all I could do was fire. I was the only gunner. So.
Yeah, there was also one gunner. So yeah, it was, and for some reason I don't know if it was just because I was trying to pay attention to too many things or the ride was moving, but it actually got me motion sick, which nothing. I don't really get motion sick with anything. Like even like with hard, like very intense VR things, I haven't gotten motion sick. So yeah, I don't know. It was just, I mean, it was fine, but yeah, like a 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I give it a 6. My understanding, I don't know if this has ever been confirmed information, but I believe it was designed to be more gamey. But I think during testing and stuff, it was too complicated or something, or like just average people don't really know how to work kind of thing, and so they dumbed it down to what it became. And I think as a result, it has an identity crisis as a ride.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could see that.
Yeah.
But it would, like the example was like the lady next to us and me, that I'm like, I play a lot of games and I know what I'm doing, and she clearly did not. And even with the simplified version of this game, we both had like.
Yeah, I think that's why they want to make it kind of like a game, but people like I think are going on rides to be taken on a journey. They don't want to do work.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's a bit of a problem.
It was the same problem with their Star Cruisers, wasn't it?
Probably.
And people didn't
and
really
money for one thing.
Yeah, well, of course, that's the main problem. But anyway, what after that? What did we do?
After that, we went on the Slinky Dog Dash.
Yeah.
That one needs a redo.
Yeah,
it's probably not going to happen during this trip, but we had a kind of unfortunate situation with it. Seemed like it was a very fun ride. I didn't see shit.
Yeah, the world, the Toy Story world again.
Great. Yeah,
the theming of that area is amazing. I think that like I don't know if it's better than Star Wars, but it's like it's more recognizable.
It's definitely not as expensive, but I think for what they were working with, they did a really great job with like the materials of.
Yeah,
like
I don't know if not as expensive because it's so clean, and getting that clean look is not easy.
It's
either.
definitely not as expensive.
Right. Yeah. I mean, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that it looks amazing to me. It's much more like graphic in its design.
Yeah.
And it's and the Slinky Dog the Slinky Dog Dash,
I believe so.
is one of those rides, and it was cool. But we were actually getting in, and it was starting to get pretty rainy.
Yeah, when we get it was like drizzling a bit, but basically when we got into the coaster itself, it picked up quite hard. Mm-hmm. And so then once it took off, it was pelting us in the face with the rain. I really couldn't see the ride. It just felt super intense.
It was more intense than I expected. Although I didn't have much issues, the rain was actually hitting you in the face pretty hard.
Yeah, and so I think just because like I really couldn't keep my eyes open because I was like, it hurts, it's hitting me everywhere. And so like
I'm not a pussy, but yeah.
And so I just mean like I was just like it's like oh jeez, and so like I was just kind of discombobulated by the whole situation.
Discombobulated by the whole wow.
What?
So dramatic.
It was, and so I was I was losing track of like space and direction and stuff, and so I was just kind of like, what is happening?
I was not having those issues, but I still think that like the ride was intense, and it was a little bit disorienting with the in the poor seat in front of us, there was a kid that must have been like, I don't know, 6, 7.
Well, like 6, I felt like, yeah.
He was like soaked, and the father felt so bad, and everyone, like, I was feeling bad for the kid because that must be a traumatic experience, like going through that. He was not having a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, it was not the right moment to do it, but it was an experience. I didn't mind it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Although I will say, like the Smuggler's Run and Slinky Dog, they actually kind of gave me a bit of a stomach situation.
I was fine with it.
Yeah, I think that like because of the Smuggler's Run had that motion sickness, and then the other one was very like pretty intense. It kind of. Yeah. Then we had some. Oh, before that.
It was after.
After that, we had some food. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to get us through as many rides before people started filing into the park, and so we did a good job with that. We got most of the major like attraction getting stuff first.
Yeah.
But we got breakfast at Woody's Toy Box.
Yeah.
A place I've heard like decent things about. It's nothing that special, really.
It's a quick service.
Quick service. Okay. It's just like a window, and you order your food, and they just give it to you immediately. And we ordered some nice grub.
Yeah, it was like a melt sandwich.
Like it was like a barbecue brisket melt with tater tots, and then we ordered like loaded breakfast tots. And it's like we split it, and it was like tots with eggs, and then like brisket gravy on top.
Yeah, I loved it, but yeah, it was what you'd expect, you know.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not. It's not like oh, this is a must-stop place or anything. But it was delicious. I thought that breakfast bowl was so delicious. It hit the spot for me.
It's my sort of thing as well. I find that sort of food. Is it southern as well?
It's kind of. I mean, it's park food really, but like it's like themed to be kind of like southern barbecue-y thing.
Yeah, I kind of like that thing. Yeah. I think that's kind of my...
No, it's yum. It's famous for a reason. But yeah, very good for breakfast.
Yeah.
After that,
we hit a good spot, and then there was rain.
It was a little much rain. We did like Toy Story Mania, I think, real quick.
Yeah, that one, and it beat your ass.
Yeah.
It beat everyone's ass.
Yes, he did. He kicked my ass. I'm not very good at that one.
Yeah.
Barely thing. I also, we didn't review we didn't give Slinky Dog a score. I'm not going to because I feel like I didn't get a fair shot at it. I felt like I felt it, but I didn't really get it.
All right, Slinky Dog. I'm gonna give it an 8. I think it's a good one.
I can't. I really felt like I didn't fully get to enjoy it.
Cop out.
No, I really do.
No, I get it.
I was suffering.
I get it.
But Midway Mania, real quick. I don't know. It's a thing.
Oh, right.
You shoot the screen.
That's cute. It's more for kids, of course, I assume. Yeah, I liked it better than Smuggler's Run, so 6.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Or 5.
Okay.
Yeah. After that, I think right before we went back, we took a break. But before that, we did Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway first.
Oh,
right.
Yes, we did.
We did most of it before we came back.
Yeah.
And so this was the grand thing for me. It was the thing I was looking forward to. It also opened up in California. I haven't had a chance to go on it yet. But I was like, let's hit this up before we go. They were like, the wait again was like walk on.
Yeah. I mean, we actually had less wait the second time.
I know.
But yeah, it was a long.
We did, but
it was a longer wait, but it was pretty good. It was nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe 20 minutes or something.
Like 10 maybe, honestly.
Right, yeah, maybe, I don't know. I remember that one was a little bit longer. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I had no idea what this was. I don't really like the new Mickey and Minnie
art style
animation thing. I find it very noisy and shouty and ugly. Mm-hmm. It's more it's closer to a Ren and Stimpy style, and I don't know. And Ren and Stimpy, it somewhat works. It's not my favorite there either. I find it too grotesque. And I find that it's a little bit of pudding to see these characters that are supposed to be so kind of innocent and fun. Even in the briefing, they show a little video with Minnie, and she kicks Pluto into the trunk of the car. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of brutal. Don't kick your dog. Even if it's a cute thing, don't teach that sort of thing. I don't like it. It's all played for joke, but I don't like it. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about that art style that ticks me off. But anyway, the ride itself and I thought it was just pretty incredible. We have a pretty good video of it, I think.
Yeah,
maybe.
We should upload that.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is probably uploading some section of it here, and then more.
Okay.
Maybe we'll link to it somewhere. Mm-hmm. Here. So you can see the whole ride if you want to. Again, it's very similar to Rise of the Resistance in terms of technology. Yeah,
the trackless dark ride thing it's becoming Disney's signature e-ticket thing. It feels like these days. The past decade, the Beauty and the Beast one in Tokyo, this and Rise of the Resistance, and I thought there might be one.
Is it
more.
Cosmic Rewind or what is
Cosmic Rewind is more like Rock and Roller Coaster or Space Mountain.
Oh, is it a roller coaster? I didn't know.
Yeah, get to that.
Okay. But yes, it is one of those. It's much more relaxed. It's a very it's kid friendly.
Yeah, it jerks you around a bit, but it's very most kids can get on this.
Yeah, and it was it's just wonderful. It actually kind of made me like that art style a little bit more. I thought that it worked nicer in this application.
Yeah, it does. It's it's a bit has more spherical in 3D because it's projected onto animatronics as well.
Yeah.
And I thought that kind of made it a little bit cooler looking.
Yeah, the technology is crazy. So, I was telling him because I'm a fucking nerd. So I was looking at where some of those things are flat LED screens that because they couldn't be projected from anywhere, and some of those other things are projections, and there's a mixture of real cool super tech there.
Yeah.
And some of it just if you look at the video, some of it just looks like an illustration or like a cartoon. It's pretty impressive. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well done on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do I
score?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, but do I?
Whatever you feel like.
I think that's a 10 for Disney. Yeah, go ahead. Well done, Disney.
Okay. For me, I guess the background is I remember as a kid, I loved Disney, like I said, and I wanted to be the person that makes rides like this. I remember I asked my mother when I was a kid, like, I wanted for my school project, like, who do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, I want to make rides at Disneyland. And my mom's like, I'm a mechanical engineer. So I turned in my report about being a mechanical engineer. Unfortunately, math got in the way of me doing that. Didn't succeed at that stuff. But the creative things I loved. And yes, I appreciate the technology behind it and like all of the like moving parts coming together, the music and the animation and the new tech for projection and movement and even just like the cue and building a story before you even start the ride and entertaining you while you're waiting. I think it's all at the top of the game here in this industry. Yeah, for me, easy 10. Like it's a ride that if I go to that park, I need to go on that ride. It is a must ride.
Very, very impressive.
10. Yeah.
Wow, our first 10-10-10 of anything.
Actually, I don't want to say I copied you either. I was even thinking when I got off, I was like, this is a 10 for me.
Right.
I thought you'd be like 9, but okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about it but I don't have a lot of experience in rides, and I thought this was pretty good. Mm-hmm. Especially, well, spoiler again, we got into it a second time, and it broke down a bit the second time. But that first time was incredible. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, the second time was kind of a shame because it a little bit tarnished the ride for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Slightly. There was too much weight. There were a lot of inconveniences.
Yeah, it was clearly at a point on the day where the ride was having a lot of issues, and even when they got it back up, they didn't get it right, and so it was messy.
Yeah, but still, I think that by itself, it's wow. Mm-hmm. What else?
Yeah, when we came home, we took a break.
That's true. Quick. You'll see that. Yeah, you might have already seen that.
I'm not sure where that goes into this.
Yeah.
But we took a quick break that helped. We were stoked.
Oh, yeah. Rick was suffering with wet feeties.
Yeah, my feet were soaked.
We couldn't find... There's no shoes or, like...
Except for Crocs.
Or, like, jackets. Yeah. In Disney, which is surprising.
At least not in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, in neither of the places we've been to.
Yeah, maybe Magic Kingdom is better.
Yeah. Yesterday we were trying to find a bucket hat of sorts because the sun was so hard and I wanted something to cover up my everything. And
happy birthday.
And nothing. Oh, happy birthday already?
It's your birthday.
Wow, well... After this.
Okay,
be professional.
What do you know?
Okay. We must be professional. Show must go on. But yeah, we couldn't find a bucket hat either, and you'd think that's such a common thing to have. They only had a single, like, one size fits all one, and that size did not fit this head.
This cranium.
Yeah. Anyway. We came back, we recovered, and we headed back in to find that
oh my God, the Skyliner thing.
The Skyliner was broken because lightning, apparently.
Right before us, the people in front of us got on, and the guy said, "Hold up, buddies. We just got a call that there's lightning in the area. We have to shut this thing down."
20 seconds.
Yes, he says if anything had gone any differently, honestly. If we hadn't done some B-roll, if we hadn't turned off the lights, if we just walked a little faster, anything, it probably would have been fine. Yeah. We got screwed and we had to go walk to a bus.
Yeah, we took a bus and it took not forever, but significant amount of time.
We made a friend with a family.
With a friend, yes. But yeah, and in the end we managed to get back. Yeah. With booties now.
Yeah, I had to wear boots and so my feet are hurting again. Yeah. But it was better than them being wet because that was just that was a worse uncomfortable.
We need some alternative here. Yeah. We need to find just something better.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But anyway, point is we came back, went on Rock and Roller Coaster to relive your childhood a bit.
Yeah.
He was super excited about it. What was your experience watching me prepare for this ride? You tell me. I want to know.
I wonder you were super nervous. I was actually kind of feeling nervous for you as well. I remembered it being intense, but you started researching and it was like, it's the most intense roller coaster.
I was like, I'm curious, don't worry about it. So, like, most intense roller coasters at Disney World, and everyone was like, "Oh, number one, Rocket Roller Coaster," and I was like,
And the thing is that I didn't quite remember the ride. I remember it was like some sort of like network of roller coaster in a small area. It was just a dark ride and just a jumbled mess of roller coaster tracks. And all I remembered was that it did like those like boost start kind of
launch
into the.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
The launch, yeah.
Okay. English is such a crazy language.
We had launch, yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I told him, and that was like, oh shit, those I hate. We're like, oh my god, that's my worst fear.
I can handle fast. The things that kill me with roller coasters, I'm a baby with roller coasters, is like a really harsh launch, and like going up at a very steep degree, or down a very steep degree, like fast. That is hard.
Incline or decline?
Yes, that. Thank
Yes.
you. It's midnight. I have to get up early for Epcot. Anyway, those are the things that really get me. But like being fast is fine.
Yeah.
And so like when I saw this, and like you have time to process it because you're watching everybody else going up before you and screaming.
That's very smart. That's very smart of them.
Yeah, and then like everybody's screaming loudly, and like the roar of the like wheels as they forward. It was just like, oh my god, what do I get into?
It's very cool. I will say, what do you think of the theming? Because that's one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Scratching my hair.
Yeah, I know.
But the theming, whatever. I don't know.
That's the thing. That's what was most disappointing to me. I remember back in the day, I didn't find it interesting, and I didn't understand why this was the thing. Like,
it's better than nothing. There's some worse. There's like a lot of older attractions are worse. It's just like metal bars going like this, or like a chain.
Yeah.
There's something to look at least.
I guess when you go back into the alley section, it kind of looks a little bit more interesting. Because you start in like the studio, and they tell you to go back into the alley where they ordered the limo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Stretch limo.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's like tacky and dumb.
It's a little bit. It gives me the other part. It gives me a bit like what's that called? The tune, the Lola Bunny. That weird animation and real character movie.
Who Killed Roger Rabbit? Or who framed Roger Rabbit?
It gives me that sort of like a bit Dick Tracy weird, like pulpy, like I don't know. It's not 90s. It's kind of 80s look, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it gives me a bit that, which I guess it's Aerosmith as well. But the ride itself is still, to me, kind of cool. It's super cool. I think that. It's, yeah, I don't know. To me, as I was explaining to Rick, it's the first roller coaster that kind of gave me that feeling of like, I understand now what I need to do in roller coasters, and it's like to give control to this, you know? Mm-hmm. To stop trying to maneuver this. This is just going to take you on a ride. And once you kind of give into it, and you have no choice because it starts that way, you kind of enjoy it. You kind of like let it launch you. But yeah, so I guess score?
Yeah.
I'd say that like because of the theming, because I don't really care for Aerosmith, to be honest. Sweet Emotion is not the soundtrack that this roller coaster should have either. It's fine, but I'll give it an 8.
Okay.
I think it's fine.
I was very scared by it. I did not enjoy that launch. It was painful for me. Like going on it again, I would still be shaking, maybe slightly less, but quite a bit because it was still a lot for me. I don't like that.
You guys should see the picture that they took.
Maybe you can post it on there with the watermark.
Yeah.
But
good.
Yeah, it was intense. But once it starts going, it was actually really fun. My favorite Disney ride is Space Mountain. And it is Space Mountain.
Kind of.
Just like with a rocket and roll, and like I'll say like maybe the little things you're going through are cheap, like they're just like wooden like.
The Hollywood.
And so it doesn't look great, but it's fun. Like I think the actual like inversions and like the banks, is that what you call it? I think
it has two inversions. One that's an actual loop, and then one that's like a corkscrew loop.
Yeah, but even the kind of going up, down, and then you bank and stuff. Like all that stuff, I thought was really well done. Like where it was thrilling, but not like too much. And like because you can't see the inversions, it kind of helps because you're just happening. You're like, oh my god, we're doing it. And so that works for me.
I also really appreciate that there's no kind of like fucky drop because like honestly, the drops hit me much harder than anything else.
We don't like the vertical G's.
Yeah,
we don't like those drops.
I mean, we do like the vertical G's, but only when they're kind of like downwards, not upwards, because you don't want to feel like you're.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Anyway.
Like your stomach is leaving your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, because like those things were kind of cheap, and because of the launch, I'm gonna give it a 7.
Sure. I understand.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. So that was that one. And that was like our last real ride for the day. We spent a long time shopping. We got back on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
We did the Muppets.
Oh right, we did Muppets. Oh, we also we had like lunch kind of break. Pizza Rizzo.
Yeah, we wanted to. I don't know. We like the Muppets, so
we love the Muppets. I would say.
Yeah.
And like my feet were hurting, so we're just like sit down and watch Muppet Vision 3D, and it was cute. I guess we can rate that real quick.
Yeah, I mean it's super simple, very basic. It's not as good as the Muppets too. They're trying really hard to make it 3D. Probably mandated. But I mean, it's cute. It's like a 5 as well. I think it's a cute thing.
Okay, I'll give it a 7. I really enjoyed it. Like it's.
Did you?
I think that stuff needs that. Like not the parks being rides. Of course, it's always we want more rides, but having a place to just like sit down for a second and watch like something that's silly and like sweet and nostalgic or whatever.
Sure.
And not take yourself too seriously. I feel like those dumb 3D movies have a history at Disney with like I don't know Captain EO. I think Captain EO was 3D.
Yes, it is.
I think it is. Yeah, right.
Was, yeah.
And like Honey, I Shrunk the Audience and all that stuff.
I watched it in 3D, Captain EO.
I think I did too. I just forget because like I watched it later. For me, the one I think of is Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. Anyway.
I also did.
And like, was it Mickey's PhilharMagic?
Yeah.
So I think that stuff. I love it. Underrated thing. 7. Good place to rest.
That's true. That was appreciable.
Good bubbles.
Yeah, nice bubbles as well. That part was nice.
I like the little bunny as well, whatever. Who was like, they're like,
yes.
Fuck you in particular. And he's like, I felt him.
Yeah.
And then when you see him on the balcony and like as like an actual animatronic, I wanted to squeeze him. He was so cute.
I didn't love him that much, but he was cute. I did not like the 3D object that was, I don't know, 3D mischievous character. You know, the one created for this thing, the blue thing. I don't know what it was.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
Yeah, that was ugly as
yes.
hell. And they probably should maybe remake it somewhat, the movie, so that thing is not so awful. Yeah. But anyway, it's fine.
Well, yeah. I enjoyed it being there. We stopped at Pizza Rizzo just because it's Rizzo. There could have been more Rizzo. Too much pizza, not enough Rizzo.
There was no reason, I would say, like other than like the sign and
Too much pizza, not enough Rizzo.
Yeah.
Better pizza though than Pizza Planet at Disneyland though. Pizza Planet sucks. It sucks.
Okay.
This is not great either, but it's better.
And the pizza was yummy. I liked it.
Yeah.
But again, I'm fairly easy to please when it comes to pizza.
That's true.
Pizza, I'm a bit of a monster.
Yeah. And then, well, after that, we had our little foray into more shopping.
Yeah.
And then
we did not shop nothing.
We didn't buy anything, but like we tried to find a jacket, still didn't work out.
Yeah.
And then we went to the
Cantina.
The Cantina?
The Cantina.
Yeah, we went to Oga's Cantina. We had a few overpriced drinks.
Very cool theming. Very cool drinks.
Yeah, you're paying to be inside this cool club.
Yeah. And they should have stools, though, I would say.
Yeah, we had a stand. That wasn't fun.
I know they want you to leave after 2 drinks, but still.
Yeah, after all that, to be like, hey, you guys, do you mind standing at the bar? Or
yeah.
the only option?
Come on, at least at least have them, I don't know, not be super comfortable, but something just to lay down on a little
Yeah,
bit.
or just be like, hey, these people left. Do you want a seat?
Yeah, some alternative. But no. But it was fine. It was very pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty. It's always fun. It's my third time going. It's always really fun.
And all the drinks were pretty good. Well,
Yeah,
we didn't
very
have anything.
sweet. At least in my case, they were all very.
Mine were
sugar-
nice and citrusy, I think.
Yeah, mine were both very berry-y, very sweet, which I don't necessarily mind, but could have used a little more complexity. Like one of them was like spicy. Like the first one was kind of
Jet engine or
more
something?
interesting. It was like I could probably have it on here.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll look it up.
But the first one I had was yes, it was the most interesting one and nice. Like it was like it was spicy and strong, and like it had like a kind of a interesting combination of flavors,
Yeah.
and was very strong for the price. And so yeah, that one I liked. The second one had the cooler look.
To me, the first one tasted like mouthwash, kind of. But it was cool.
Okay, well
It was not bad. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to drink that mouthwash, you know.
Well, I liked it. The second one looked way cooler and was like decidedly delicious, but it was juice, really.
It was yes, it was spiked juice.
Yeah, and then yours.
Mine, the first one was a margarita,
Yeah.
which was nice. It was
Space
a
margarita.
sweeter margarita. I said it had mango. I think it was passion fruit. It's sweet. It's nice, but maybe true that it could be more citrusy. The second one, I don't know what it was. I forget what it was. But that one was actually very nice. I will order it again. It had the leaf, the
Rosemary.
branch, the rosemary branch. Very, very nice, that one. And after that, we went to the Sci-Fi dine-in.
Sci-Fi dine-in, yeah, for dinner.
Yeah.
Love that.
That was very cool.
That was very cool.
Is that new or old?
No, it's been there forever.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it looks like it could be timeless.
Yeah, I wanted to go there even when I was a little kid, but we didn't make time for it. So
It was great. The theming was amazing. It was so cool to see all those, because I assume that they're actual old
yes, they
commercials. Yes, it must be hard sifting through commercials that are not offensive nowadays.
but yeah, super cute, like starlight, like twinkling on the sides and stuff, and all the cars like lined up, and your little car hop lady
Yeah.
bringing you your burgers and fries and stuff, and pretty good burgers and fries.
Yeah,
honestly.
they were actually quite good. Like, I'm used to fairly good sandwiches from back home. I think that, like, in general,
Chile's known for sandwiches and stuff, I think.
I don't know if it's known, but like I think that we have a pretty good culture for that. And I haven't found that there's a great like level of like that sort of that same kind of it's not a plate. It's not a fast food, but like a good, I don't know.
It exists.
Custom.
I need to show you around LA more. LA has a big burger culture.
I'm sure, and I'm sure that it would be good. But like this was one of those that felt like a good custom burger that's like rich and had good flavor and good size and yum.
Yeah.
It was very good. And after that, we ran to Fantasmic.
Yeah, we missed the first half. Dinner ran a little late, but we got to the second half of Fantasmic and had a really...
We got seated right in front.
Yeah, right in front. And so that was really nice. And there's a nice...
Our dragonless Fantasmic.
Yeah, what the hell? I understand that the thing burned down, but this one's working. I wish this would have been continuing. I think the dragon nearly makes it. It did lose points to me because of the lack of dragon.
It was a bit strange because also it's kind of...
The video's playing as if it happened with the dragon?
And no, and not just that, but like the narrative gets a little bit confusing because like she's all the way up there, he's all the way down here, the dragon's never there, so you don't really see that exchange.
Yeah.
It's strange. It's a strange decision because at least play the video or something of like a dragon. Make it. Yeah, imagine dragons.
Yeah. Yeah, there's got to be a better way.
Yeah.
But still always hits me right in the emotions.
Yeah.
It was my favorite childhood nighttime show at Disneyland.
It's nice.
And yeah, it makes me happy. It was a great way to cap off the night.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay. Now it's my birthday, so goodbye.
Good night. We're gonna do more funs tomorrow.
Yeah, Epcot time, right?
Epcot. It's
Yeah.
my last park. Woo!
Last park? No.
My last park that I've never been to.
Ah, right.
I've been to Magic Kingdom.
Okay, cool.
So,
Well,
see you then.
signing out. Signing off.
Yeah.
Those.